Yeah, we're getting into more sunshine for this afternoon. This weekend's going to be a warm and muggy one. Definitely feeling how summer should here in southern New England. Temperatures, though, are going to be running cooler at the coast, and there is a low-end chance for a storm. This is going to favor areas that are north and west of the city. Right now, we're pretty quiet out there. You can see showers and storms across New York State just now starting to veer within parts of Vermont. And as we look at our weather setup, any of these showers and storms are closer to this front right now. But what we have is high pressure that's going to be off to our east in the Gulf of Maine, and we have clockwise flow around this. It's going to give us an onshore wind along the coast, so there the stable marine air is going to keep those storms away, but the best chance for those storms remains off to the north and west as we get into the afternoon and evening. Visible satellite, we continue to get rid of some of that cloud cover, so some promising signs that we're getting into more sunshine. Still, clouds are dominating, but as we get through the rest of the morning into the early afternoon, this is when we're going to start to see more in the way of sunshine. Now, as we get through the afternoon, this is also when we're going to get that chance for a pop-up shower or storm. And you can see here depicted showing north and western towns. And the brighter, vivid colors indicates that you could have the potential of getting under some of these downpours if you get under one of these cells. So I think the setup similar to yesterday, as there's still a lot of moisture in the air, definitely leading to the potential for some downpours. Future forecast shows once we get past sunset thereafter, that threat is going to dissipate. And then yet again, we'll have more cloud cover and fog that's going to redevelop, and then that disperses as we get into the afternoon. So we'll get into some sunshine. It's dry tomorrow. Chance for storms and showers, that's well off to our west near a front. How about temperatures? Well, it's mild out there. Low 70s for us from Boston, points west and off to the north. Upper 60s across the Cape and the islands. 68 is the water temperature currently. Dew points are in the upper 60s, right near 70 degrees. So this air mass has not changed. It's still muggy. In fact, just settle in with the mugginess because it's around for the next few days. We look at the wind, and it's pretty light right now, generally out of the south. I think it's going to veer more southeasterly. So again, that water temperature at 68 plays a role when we have that onshore wind. Temperatures there staying down compared to inland in the mid to upper 70s from the north shore down to the south shore. And I think temperatures yet again across the Cape in the low to mid 70s, while inland we're heading for the low to mid 80s, much like yesterday. Beach forecast, we're in the 70s, a nice afternoon. Our rip current risk is low this weekend, but the UV index is going to be high. Only takes about 20 to 25 minutes to get a sunburn. Our next tide is high tide at 121, so we're losing beach space up until then, but gaining more beach space through the afternoon. Not a lot of chop on the water with seas around 2 feet and a southeast wind about 10 to 15 knots, so a good day to take the boat on the water. Overnight temperatures will be in the 60s with the areas of fog redeveloping. Tomorrow, what do you say we do it all over again? 70s on the coast. It'll be in the low to mid 80s inland. Next chance for storms arrives on Monday. Then look at this. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, likely another heat wave for some towns as we head near 90. With the humidity, it's going to feel much hotter.
What should they expect?
It's a mainly dry weekend for us. We just have an isolated chance for a shower or storm, mainly for towns north and west of the city. Otherwise, for all of us, it is going to continue to be warm and muggy, but temperatures are going to run cooler at the coast. We look at radar and satellite. For us, it's quiet. You can see some showers and storms across Vermont and across New York State. We look at our weather setup, those showers and storms closer to this warm front, but really our area is going to be dominated by this high pressure. Clockwise flow around it creates onshore flow. So we will have more stable marine air along the coast, preventing any of those storms from making it closer to the coast, while areas north and to the west, that's where you have the greatest chance for a pop-up shower or storm later on today. Visible satellite, this is nice to see. We're getting more in the way of sunshine, so clearing away that cloud cover. And that'll continue to be the trend as we go over the next few hours and into the afternoon. So early afternoon into the evening, that's when we really have to watch for some of these pop-up showers and storms, especially if you're going to be north and west of the region. There's still a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, so I think the setup is going to be similar to yesterday. If you get under one of these cells, downpours can be expected. And also indicated here by some of these more vivid colors that you're seeing here. Once we get to sunset and thereafter, that threat for a pop-up shower or storm is going to fade away. Then we'll be talking about more in the way of fog that's going to take over through the overnight. Yet again tomorrow, then we get back into that sunshine. But tomorrow's going to be a dry one. There's a front across New York State tomorrow, and that's going to keep the threat for any showers and storms well off to our west. How about temperatures? Low to mid 70s currently, 73 in Boston and Worcester, upper 60s across the Cape and the islands. 68 is currently the water temperature. We also have dew points that are in the upper 60s or 70 degrees. it's going to stay muggy throughout the entire weekend. In fact, over the next few days, we're going to continue to hold on to that humid air mass. The wind is out of the south, generally pretty light, and it's going to veer more southeasterly, so that's going to keep temperatures along the coast, I think, running in the upper 70s from the North Shore to the South Shore. A lot of low to mid 70s across the Cape and the islands, while inland we're back in the low to mid 80s for today. So a nice afternoon to head to the beaches. Temperatures in the 70s. Rip current risk is going to be low. UV index will be high, though, especially once we get more in the way of sunshine. So only about 20-25 minutes all it takes to get a sunburn. High tide is at 121. So from there, we'll be gaining more space on the beaches, and seas are going to be relatively nice, about 2 feet, and not a lot of chop on the water with southeast winds about 10 to 15 knots. Overnight, we have fog redeveloping, and temperatures will be in the 60s. Now tomorrow, more of the same, temperatures in the 70s, while inland we are going to be in the low to mid 80s. Next chance for storms, that arrives on Monday. The heat builds Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Humidity is there as well, so it's going to feel hotter, but then likely a front will come through, bringing the chance for some storms on Friday and dislodging some of that heat into next week.
Wild weather in New England. People in Vermont